welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermès scarf style, inspiration, and more. Before we get started, let me give a shout out to all the channel members, and special welcome to the knot connoisseurs and elegant insiders. I appreciate your ongoing support. If you haven't seen the membership options, please do check them out. In this video, I'll review a 90 centimeter silk twill from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2026 season called Le Pommier Sellier by Shinsuke Kawahara. We'll take a look at the artist's background, the design inspiration and visual architecture, and then a collector's ranking of the available colorways and why. Let's get started. Shinsuke Kawahara has developed a very distinctive voice within Hermès' lineup, one that blends precision with a kind of quiet whimsy. His work often sits at an interesting intersection, technically detailed, compositionally controlled, but infused with small, almost poetic narrative elements. There is a lightness to his storytelling. His designs don't feel overly literal or didactic. Instead, they invite you to discover the scene gradually. And that sensibility is very much present here. What's particularly compelling about Kawahara's work is how he engages with Hermès heritage without becoming constrained by it. He references equestrian themes, which are central to the house, but often reframes them in unexpected, almost dreamlike ways. That balance makes his designs especially appealing to collectors who want something that feels rooted in Hermès tradition, but not overly formal or predictable. And Le Pommier Sellier is a perfect example of that approach. The inspiration behind Le Pommier Sellier is unusually specific and very Hermès. The design is set on the rooftop garden of 24 Faubourg Saint-Honoré, where an apple tree was planted decades ago by Jean-Louis Dumas. From that starting point, Kawahara creates a whimsical scene. An apple tree grows, quite improbably, from the back of a horse. Around it, small animals, rabbits, birds, squirrels, move through the composition, creating a sense of life and quiet activity. So what you're looking at is not just a decorative motif, but kind of a miniature ecosystem, suspended between reality and imagination. At first glance, the design feels playful and organic, but structurally it's very controlled. The horse acts as the central anchor of the composition, a nod to Hermès' equestrian origins, while the tree rises upward, creating a strong vertical axis. From there, the composition expands outward in a balanced, almost circular distribution of elements, branches, fruit, animals, and surrounding details. This creates a gentle sense of movement without losing cohesion. How it behaves when it's worn is where the design becomes especially successful as a 90 centimeter. Because the composition is anchored centrally, the horse and tree remain recognizable even when folded, and the surrounding details fragment in a way that feels intentional, not chaotic. So you'll often get, when folded, a glimpse of the horse, a cluster of apples, or a small animal detail, which makes the scarf feel alive in motion. Another important aspect is how the design balances density and openness. There are areas of intricate detail, but also moments of visual breathing room. That contrast prevents the scarf from feeling overly busy, something that can happen with narrative designs. And overall, the effect is one of controlled whimsy. It feels imaginative, but never uncontrolled. With this scarf, there are at least 5 colorways that can be found online in the various regions. Starting with the Blanc and Noir, the strongest collector piece. This is graphic, refined, and quietly striking. In daylight, it will read with high contrast, extremely legible, while indoors, it will soften into a more tonal composition. This should have very high collector appeal. Black and white palettes consistently endure. Timeless in style, this colorway emphasizes the structure of the design. You see the horse, the tree, and the composition quite clearly. Next, we have the Bleu Marine, Mauve Doré, and Vert, the most aligned colorway with Hermès heritage. Rich, grounded, and sophisticated in mood, in daylight, this will be deep but readable, while indoors, it will warm beautifully through the Mauve Doré tones. This should have strong collector appeal. It's a classic Hermès palette, timeless with depth, and it balances narrative and tradition particularly well. Beige, orange cuit, and blanc, the most classically seasonal. Warm and approachable in mood, in daylight this feels soft and luminous, while indoors it becomes more tonal. This should have broad collector appeal with its easy elegance. It is a very wearable interpretation that highlights the softer side of the design. Blanc, Bleu Glacier, and Apricot, the most fresh and modern of the colorways. Light, airy, and slightly playful in mood. In daylight, this will read bright and crisp, while indoors, it will soften into pastels. For collectors, this will have a moderate but growing appeal. With its more contemporary style, this palette shifts the design towards a more youthful expression. Then we have the Glycine, Turquoise, and Vert, the most expressive of the colorways. Vibrant and artistic in mood, in daylight this will read highly saturated, while indoors the colors will deepen and blend. As far as collectors, this one is definitely more niche with its fashion-forward style. It emphasizes the whimsical aspect of the design, but is less traditionally versatile. Le Pommier Sellier is a beautiful example of how Hermès continues to reinterpret its own heritage. Through Shinsuke Kawahara's lens, the horse, the house's original symbol, becomes something unexpected, a foundation for growth, imagination, and quiet storytelling. It's a design that feels both rooted, no pun intended, and light. And more importantly, it's one that reveals itself gradually, which is what often keeps collectors coming back to a piece time after time. So there you have it. More on this design from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2026 collection. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, inspiration, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time!